What's up guys, Casanova here. Today I'm bringing you guys a powerful video talking about something that if you can wrap your mind around it, it can change your life. Now what I'm talking about today is the power of sales. Now sales does not have to be a negative connotation. If you think about it, everyone is a salesman. You are a salesman, I'm a salesman. Every day I have to sell myself to my wife on why I'm the man that she should be with, how I can help our family. I have to sell myself to my employees. We have to sell ourselves to others around us to be able to build strong relationships. So everyone is a salesman, and it doesn't mean that you have to get a monetary value from behind it. But if you can learn the power in selling, I promise that it can change your life no matter what it is that your business is built off of, no matter what it is that your service is, no matter what it is that your product is. So the first major key in sales is to understand that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Let me say that again. People do not buy what you do, but they buy why you do it. All the time we're always thinking about what this product is, we're always thinking about what this service is, but we never tell people of why we're selling this product or this service. For me, I always thought, what's the reason why I wanted to do real estate? And it was to help others build a foundation for themselves, for their family, and be able to create generational wealth. Now, when you invest into real estate, you own your own land. So that's so powerful that now you can create passive income from that if you're renting it out, if you're leasing it out. So that was a big deal for me, being able to understand that I could control my own time. Why am I doing it? Again, to have more time with my family, to be able to create a lifestyle by design, my design, that I didn't need a vacation from, and I can impact the world with it. So how we create a lifestyle by design is knowing what our why is, what our purpose is. The second thing to understand is that when you're selling anything, most of the time we're taught that we have to sell to the pain. And granted, I get that, because most of the time people aren't buying into something else, they're buying out of something. So you have to sell into the pain. Let's go back to cars, for example. You got a broke down muffler, if you don't have power seats, if your AC or radiators went out, you're thinking every single day when you get into that car, you want something new, right? But most of the time, it doesn't really matter what that new car is, because it could be a used car that's 2 or 3 years newer than yours, but you want out of your current situation. Why most people are buying information right now is because they want out of their job and they want to know how they can do something different. Necessarily, it doesn't matter what they're doing, but if they know their why, that can help them direct them into it, but they want to buy out of something else. So understanding that you have to sell to the pain is a good thing, and that is one step. But at the same time, you have to understand that you have to sell to the pleasure as well. If you can tell people how whatever product or service that you have can enhance the joy that they have, they're going to buy that all day long. Selling to the pain, it's good, but the joys in them being able to understand why this is a valuable product, how this can increase their life, how this can make them skinnier, how this can get them into a new school, how this can get them into a better position, a better role, that's always going to be so much more impactful. Because a lot of the times, if you're always thinking of the negative and you're talking about that, it's beating that person down. And yes, you want to be able to tell them, hey, you have these pains, but you also want to be able to make sure to say, hey, here's the pleasure that can come from you having this product, from you being able to take on this service. So that's a big deal as well. So making sure that you can sell to not only the pain, but that you can sell to the pleasure as well, that's a big, big deal, because people want to know that when they buy into you, when they buy into the relationship that they're going to build with you off of your product, your service, whatever it is, they want to know that there's greener pastures on the other side. The third thing you have to understand is following up will always be the key to closing on a sale. When we talk about ABCs, always be closing, 95% of the time, the reason why someone closes that sale is because they followed up on it. We get these notions in our head that says, hey, if I follow up too many times, that I'm bugging that person. But think about the last product that you bought. If it was off of Amazon, or if it was on any website to where you maybe started the process and then you didn't finish it for whatever reason, but they got in your email now and they continue to follow up with you in that email and they say, hey, we noticed that you didn't buy the product, but here's what we have for you. We're now going to offer you a 20% discount. We're going to offer you something else of value because we know that this can impact your life, right? So following up, understanding that just because you're being persistent does not mean that you're being rude, does not mean that you're being sleazy. It just means that you really have the power of belief in your product or your service. So following up will always be the key to closing a sale, because that truly means that you haven't forgot about the client, and that means that you truly want to help them. So much of the time we're in a noisy world, so we can't figure out what's real, what's fake. And most of the time, how we do start to figure out what's real or fake, it's the people who continue to add value to us. So we're thinking that, hey, these are trustworthy people. So make sure that at the end of the day, you're following up on every one of your clients, you're following up on every one of your leads, and that you're offering value to them. So again, to recap on it, the top 3 things to being able to sell anything is 1, understanding that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Number 2, is to understand that you have to sell to pain, but we also have to sell even more so to the pleasures. To understanding that, again, people buy the magic that's in the power of the stories. It's an emotional purchase 98% of the time. And number 3, to understand that the money is in the power up. Persistence respects persistence. If you follow up enough, the client's going to truly understand that your goal is to bring value to their lives. And if you're doing that in a way that's very persistent, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, as long as, again, you're offering value to their lives. So again, that's my 3 tips for you all. If you've gotten anything out of this video, please drop a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to keep bringing you all everything I've learned that's allowed me to build 6-figure businesses, that's allowed me to really have an impact on lives, and that allows me to keep building stronger relationships. Casanova signing off, in the dream we trust. Talk soon.